Hey, what's up everybody? We are back from both Las Vegas for the Twice Encore and South Korea for vacation, and we are slowly getting back into the swing of things, so bear with me as I put all the things away, get all the videos sorted, and all that stuff. I do have a lot of content regarding the trip, so I hope to show that all with y'all soon. But for today, we are going over the April 4th, 2024 updates for both Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC. Not too much going on here, so let's go ahead, let's hop right into it, starting with Superstar JYP. One thing I wanted to note for everyone is that when I was in South Korea and using their internet, the game loaded incredibly fast. We're talking like within seconds, not even seconds, within like milliseconds, the pages were already loaded. So just keep that in mind that if you live outside of Korea, the game might be loading slower, and it definitely loads slower if you're playing in the States. Alright, anyways, moving on to the actual updates. So we have a new ITZY Born to Be limited theme update in Mr. Vampire. I know a lot of people were waiting for this particular theme, and here it is. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the banner. So first things first, they do have the limited period point reward, and remember for the subunit Born to Be, this is going to be a random card, so you can pull as many times as you want, end up with 3 of the 4 members, get to the point reward, and then when you pull for the point reward, it'll be a random member. It could be a member you already have, and that never feels good when you end up with like 1 member short of the full set, because that means you're not completing the mission event, and that means you need to spend a selector down the line in order to get that card, and that's more money, that's more resources. So it never feels good to have a random limited period point reward. But jumping a little bit ahead, if I remember correctly, you do need to still pull about 8-9 times in total on this R grade card, this one here, in order to get all the members to roughly about like a 95% chance. I gotta double check my math on that, but that's what I remember saying quite a long time ago. So don't quote me on that, but just expect to still spend about like 2,100 to 3,000 diamonds on this banner. Alright, moving on to the next thing, there is the Mr. Vampire special package. Now, one thing they didn't list in the events tab, but they did list in the notifications, is that if you pull for the special package, you have a chance to win a signed Polaroid. Now, while this sounds really nice, if you actually go to the events tab and click on the information on the banner, it'll say on the very bottom that the shipment is only available to addresses in Korea. So here it is all the way at the bottom. They talk about the signed Polaroid. Shipment is available only to addresses in Korea. So even if you win, if you don't have an address in Korea, you won't be able to collect the signed Polaroid. So just keep that in mind before you spend $21 if you really think it's worth it to buy the special package. The special package is nice though, because it does come with the 5-card premium pack, 30,000 RP, and then the R grade card. Personally, I don't think it's worth it, especially since I don't have an address in Korea, but just weigh that out for yourself if you have like a friend that lives in Korea and such. Next thing is the Mr. Vampire profile package, which comes with the 4 profile pictures, 50 diamonds, and 30,000 RP for $13. Really, this is just an optional thing. Again, this is all aesthetics. It doesn't actually help with the gameplay overall, but you do get 50 diamonds and 30,000 RP, but there are better ways to get that. Moving on to the next thing, there is the Mr. Vampire starter package, which for $7.50, you get 100 diamonds and an A grade Mr. Vampire card. And then the one where you're actually likely going to be pulling for the R grade cards, the Mr. Vampire R grade card. Again, expect to pull from this about like 7 to 10 times in order to get all the members, including the limited period point reward. Now, whenever I talk about ITZY Born to Be, it's always important to talk about this card pack 30 for 35,000 RP. We did the math last time when the ITZY banners dropped, but basically you're gonna have to pull on this about 9 to 10 times on average to get all the members. So if you pull 9 times, there's about like a 90% chance that you'll have all the members of any grade. So it could be a C grade, it could be a B grade, it doesn't have to be an R grade or above, which is necessary for the mission event. And then if you pull 10 times, there's like a 92% chance that you'll have all the members. So just keep that in mind. You're looking at about a 9 to 10 times pulling in order to guarantee about like a 90 to 92% chance of getting all the members, again, of any grade. So it's not guaranteed A grade or above when it comes to the card pack 30. Moving on to the actual mission event. So this is a standard mission event where mission 1, you clear the song 5 times and then you get one of the cards. it is going to be, because it's a 4 group banner, you don't get an additional B grade card when you collect an A grade card, so just keep that in mind, that you are just going to get a random S grade card. It doesn't even have to be like an ITZY card or an ITZY Born to Be card. So the only real guaranteed ways of getting the Mr. Vampire cards are through the banner and then through the first mission in Mission 1. So once you complete all of these, you do end up with getting a wallpaper. The wallpaper does look very nice, but again, it is just a wallpaper, and you have to always ask yourself if it's worth spending the resources for just the wallpaper. Again, if you really like it, by all means, go ahead and go for it, but usually I like to save my diamonds for things that get me into raffles for like signed things or special photo cards and stuff like that. Alright, moving on to the next thing, we have the Xdinary Heroes new limited theme in Paranoid, so let's go ahead and take a look at that banner there. Now, Xdinary Heroes does have 6 members, which is really good because it's really good for collecting all of them, because once you hit 6 members, that's when you start getting into the limited period point rewards that have an R grade selector. So if we look at the information here, once you get enough points, you can start to select the member that you want. So once you get 250 points, let's say you've got 5 of the 6 members, you can just use the selector to pick the one that you're missing, and that's really, really good when it comes to collecting, when it comes to completing the set and getting the mission event done. Other than that, the banner itself is nothing too crazy, where for $21 you can get the special package where you get both an S grade and an A grade card, which gets you closer to completing the collection. For $10 you can get the profile set. This one doesn't come with diamonds or RP, but just something to note. And then there's the starter package for $7.50, which is similar to the ITZY one. You get an A grade card and then 100 diamonds. And then again, because this is where we start to get into like nice numbers for the game, where it's OT6, where the R package for 590 diamonds gets you an R grade card and 2 A grade cards, which is really good again for collecting. And then finally, the A grade card for 150 diamonds. This is just a nice way of collecting more cards if you don't have enough diamonds to pull for the R package. Every single time, if you're asking my opinion, I would pull for the R package, unless you're trying to collect more cards rather than like grade, because when it comes to just collecting cards, the A grade card one overall ends up being a money saver over time, or a diamond saver over time. But the R package is going to be pretty necessary in order to complete the mission events. I don't remember the number of R grade cards you have to have, but having an R grade card very significantly increases your score. So just keep that in mind. The R grade package is really, really good. Alright, moving on to the mission event itself. So again, we are in like OT6 territory here, so this is where you can clear the song 5 times and get the A grade card, and then as you collect A grade cards, you can get B grade cards. So what's funny about OT6s is that if you do the R grade card pull, you get an R grade card, an A grade card, and another A grade card. If you get 3 different members for that, and then you get 3 different members for these first 3 B grade cards, you're actually done when it comes to OT6, which is really nice. But it doesn't complete the mission event, because again, for mission 2, you need to have A grade or above. It's just a fun thing to note. With OT6 groups, you can pull once on the R grade package, and then you can technically complete your set like right then and there, which is really nice. And for all that, you do get individual wallpapers. And again, I like individual wallpapers because you can display your bias, your favorite person, your favorite subunit, things like that. So if it wasn't apparent from my backgrounds, clearly I like the individual member backgrounds. Alright, so going back to the events tab, there really is only one other thing that we need to go over. Actually, we have to go over 2 things. So first things first, power up Star Pass. Now, I've talked about my thoughts on the power-up stuff before. The power-up stuff is nice because it's basically like a power-up chance event on demand if you're able to use the 50% one. But all in all, I don't think it's worth spending your money on it, because you can just save the resources and then just wait for the actual free event to roll around. So if we look at the Star Pass here, really there's not too much going on. Honestly, if it wasn't for these tickets, the next best thing that you get from this entire Star Pass is gonna be the power-up cards, like this 100% power-up card. But other than that, if you don't think it's worth it and you're willing to wait for the actual power-up chance events, I would just wait till then. And then for now, just collect your free rewards, because again, the stuff on the bottom is all free stuff. You just gotta play the game and complete like daily mission events and stuff like that. So I never think the power-up star passes are worth it. They're nice, they're convenient, but there is like a free alternative to them, and that comes from just waiting. Last thing to go over in Superstar JYP is the Complex Special Package. Now, one thing to note, the TWICE giveaway did end while I was in South Korea. I didn't really check my notifications while I was there, but I didn't get any messages, so unfortunately I didn't win. But whoever won the signed albums, congratulations to you. I hope you enjoy those. For all of us who were not as fortunate, but we are all happy for you. Alright, moving on to the Complex Special Package. So these are all the winners. Again, there are only one of these in the world, so congratulations to whoever won, because again, this is a very limited thing, and you are the only person in the world to have that specific member. So congratulations to y'all there. Now, one thing I did see while I was in Korea was this event wallpaper thing. I'm not really sure. I didn't really dig into this. What I do know from looking at it and just looking at the page itself is that it costs money, and anything that costs money is strictly a do you feel like spending money on it thing, because again, this is real money for aesthetics. It doesn't really change the way you play the game, and there are a lot of free alternatives, so take this as you will. If you want to get a Stray Kids limited wallpaper, if you want to get a Day 6 limited wallpaper, that's totally up to you. It is all aesthetics, but it is very expensive when you could be using this money for things like a star pass, which will get you like diamonds as well. Like, it'll get you diamonds, it'll get you cards, it'll get you a lot more for the price that you pay. So that's totally up to you if you want to spend that money. All right, moving on to Superstar STAYC. Really not too much going on. So I didn't make a video for it, but they finally released another non-limited Teen Fresh theme in Ride On. Thank you who is ever listening out there. There's finally more ways to get Teen Fresh cards. So I had to throw that in here because it was driving me nuts for the longest time that we only had one non-limited Teen Fresh theme. So thank you to whoever finally pushed the button and made another non-limited Teen Fresh theme. But moving on into today's news, so not too much going on. We have a new limited Stadium theme in Never Go Away. So we can actually, if I remember correctly, we can take a look at the actual cards. I think it's this button. This is the button. All right. So this is going to be what the cards look like. They are very cool. I believe they are based off of the season's greetings still, because it still kind of has this like video gamey kind of concept to it. So still very cool. And then if we go to the actual events page itself and look at the banner. So again, STAYC is an OT6 group, and this kind of carries over from Superstar JYP, where the banner is very similar. So let's go ahead, hop into the banner. I'll be honest, I do miss the load times in South Korea. It was so fast, so incredibly fast for the game. Alright, so there is going to be the Never Go Away profile set for $10, the starter package, which is a little different in Superstar STAYC because it does guarantee you a Prism theme, and again, Prism themes give you about a 10% more score bonus, so that's really important when it comes to hitting world records, when it comes to ranking up, things like that. So remember, Prisms are very important, so the starter package is pretty decent for $7.50. It's 100 diamonds and a random Prism card. Remember that for the first 3 days of any banner in Superstar STAYC, there is the celebration package, which you can purchase for $9.49, which will give you a limited theme guaranteed, 70 diamonds, as well as a 30 card pack. Now it does say 5 times chance for Prism, but again, you can always look at the drop rates and know that 5 times chance for Prism is only like 15% or something like that. It's still really small, so just keep that in mind, that the starter package for $7.50 gets you that Prism guaranteed, whereas the celebration package doesn't guarantee it. Then there's also the special package for $23, which gives you the Never Go Away theme guaranteed. Again, a 3 times chance for Prism, so now we're looking at like a 9% chance, which is even lower. And a 10 card premium pack with a chance. Again, these are all chances, and the chances are still low. I always want to emphasize that when it comes to chances, they're always low. They just never show you what the actual odds are because they want you to go into the drop rates and do the work for yourself. But I'm just going to tell you right out of the bat, odds are if you don't plan on collecting the theme, then it's not worth it. Alright, moving on to the limited premium pack 10. Again, it's a chance for a never go away limited theme. You're basically gonna get a new limited theme every 2 pulls. Every 1 to 2 pulls, you should be getting a new one. And it's a 2 times chance for prisms, so now we're looking at like a 6% chance. So just keep that in mind when it comes to prisms. Really, your best bets are still gonna be the starter package, buying that 2 times, and then the limited period point reward, and then using selectors down the way, or absolutely going ham on the limited premium pack 10s or the special packages and such. So that is gonna be it for the banner. Really nothing too crazy going on here. If we go into the mission event itself, so nothing too crazy. Again, it is an OT6 group, except with Superstar STAYC, it's a little different where every single A grade card or above you get for a member, you do get a corresponding B grade card of a random member, which is really nice again for completion. If you don't care about completing the mission event, you just want OT6, then by all means, this is a nice way of collecting more cards. And then for clearing all of that, you do get a wallpaper. This one is a little plain, I'll be honest. I would have liked something more along the lines of like a photo shoot photo of OT6, but again, beggars can't be choosers. So if you want that wallpaper, by all means, go ahead and go for it. One thing I did want to note as I was going through all this is that if you look at the star pass for Superstar STAYC, someone made a mistake, and the very last reward available upon reaching tier 20 after purchasing the premium pass is a 15% power-up card. I was like, there's no way it's a 15% power-up card. So surely enough, it should be the 50% one, just like it is in Superstar JYP, but someone just made a mistake, and this says 15%. So I really hope if you buy the premium pass, if you make it all the way to the end, you're not getting scammed and end up with a 15% power-up chance ticket versus the 50% one. But other than that, that is going to be all the updates for April 4, 2024. Again, I am back from South Korea and Las Vegas, so I will be steadily uploading more content. Again, I do have a lot of things from my vacation that I want to share with y'all, and be on the lookout for tomorrow because I will be uploading my haul video tomorrow for all the things that I bought from South Korea, and then I'll be making vlogs as I'm able to edit them. But that is all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. That's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.